Leave no scone unturned by Denise Swanson. A body's found in a local college town, and a local woman who runs a catering business has to solve the mystery with the help of her attractive policeman, boyfriend, husband person. The big question that I had after finishing this book was, why was this such an awful mess? It's not an easy question to answer, so I'm going to try to come at it from a few different angles. First of all, the plot lacked anything that could resemble suspense. There was nothing that drove the characters to solve the mystery in a certain time. It was just a series of scenes. Second, the characters. All of the characters in this book have motivations that are very transparent and uninteresting and cliched. Really, the main character quit her day job so she could pursue her dreams and have this catering business. And there isn't much more than that. That's about everything you need to know about the character, and the rest of the story just writes itself from there. On a scene level, this book doesn't work either because it's like she has a attention deficit disorder. If there's food in the room, then she has to talk about the food and she has to throw in details about the food. The trick is you make the reader smell and taste things, but at some point it just turns a little silly. And that's definitely where this book was. Also about the writing style, she over-explained to the extreme. I remember seeing this commercial once for a department store, and this lady, she was sitting like I am now, and she said, "You can get great stuff that won't cost you one of these and one of these." She was holding a mannequin arm and a leg. And then she went on to say, "An arm and a leg." Like, she said it out loud, and I thought, like, we got it. You don't have to really spell it out. But that's, this book did this constantly. And just the writing style, like, I already got it. You already showed me, you don't need to tell me on top of it. I would say that if you're shooting for a younger audience, you do kind of have to say over the top. You have to over-explain a bit, keeping the audience in mind. I would say that might be what she's doing, except in this book there's a lot of sexual references. Drugs are a part of the plot line, so that doesn't work either. I'm not exactly sure what this book is going for in that sense. The author also gets on a soapbox on a few issues. It's really dull. If there's a debate between two characters, you know which one's right and which one is stupid. Like, it's painfully obvious. And also the way that she describes things, it's either a cliche or it's some phrase that just doesn't work. For example, one of the sentences in the book that I remember was, "John was so tired of hearing about such and such that he could spit nickels." Like, I don't know what that means. That's just a weird way to express a weird annoyance analogy. Yeah, just weird. The one saving grace of this book was I didn't see the killer coming. And the resolution of what was going on in the backstory was a serviceable way to wrap things up. Not enough to redeem the book at all, or for me to come anywhere close to recommending it, even if this is your sort of thing. And that kind of exposed part of a problem too, because in the end you find out who the villain was, who killed this person, and when the killer's confronted with all the evidence and they're confessing, they say something to the effect of, "And I killed him because I'm better than everyone else." Ah, ha, ha, ha. It's just, it's silly. It's ridiculous. This is, I guess, the least of the book's problems, but sure is indicative of the problem of characters that she's been having from page 1 of the book. So it fits, I guess. This is definitely the worst book that I've read this year. I'm going to give it 1 star. That seems about right. If you have any recommendations that are hopefully better than this one, leave them in the comments below.